Hola a todos. Tuve la oportunidad de asistir a la mole y pude entrar a la conferencia de John Boyega, uno de los actores de la última trilogía de Star Wars, y me dieron la oportunidad de hacerle una pregunta. Yo no la pude grabar como tal porque me enfoqué a hacerle la pregunta, pero alguien de las redes logró subirla y gracias a Eli me la encontró y la rescató. Entonces se las presento en este video y les muestro lo que yo grabé.
Bueno, hola chicos, voy a estar haciendo la traducción para Jonh, y así que cualquier pregunta, ya saben.
Thank you for having me, by the way. How many people can understand what I'm saying?
Pasa de ser un enemigo de la rebelión a ser parte de ella. ¿Cómo fue para ti hacer esa transición como actor?
I think that was fun. That's what made me love Finn so much. When I read the script for the first time, I was impressed that Finn got to do more Star Wars stuff than anybody else. I got to wear a Stormtrooper suit. I flew in a TIE fighter. I had a big Millennium Falcon, chase scene, war scene, which was dope. I used a lightsaber. And so I felt like Finn coming from the dark side to the light side was the most interesting, nuanced, thing about the character, and that's why I was so excited to play him.
Ok, Jonh nos dice que lo que más le emocionaba primero era hacer todos los props, poder volar, poder hacer cosas de Stormtrooper, poder usar también un sable de luz, pero que era para él súper interesante esta parte de cómo él estaba en un lado opuesto, ¿cierto?, de la fuerza, y de ahí se hizo un buen chico. Pero más que nada era la emoción de poder usar todas las cosas del universo de Star Wars.
With so many different stories that both of those elements, to me, feel very important to the Star Wars universe and important to it operating in a great way when it comes to storytelling. I think you do need the unknown characters that are destined for something greater in Star Wars, and I think that that's something that's quite exciting because it's those characters that we follow, right? While at the same time with Star Wars expanding into TV, it's been good to see much more intimate, grounded stories, Akalai and Obi-Wan, a few of the ones that are more focused, and that I think is cool. So you need both.
Actuar y poder agarrar todas las cosas, los sables de luz, que ya no era fantasía, se volvía una realidad, y eso era lo que más le gustaba de actuar en Star Wars.
So sweet. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Like Deadpool.
Buenas tardes.
Yeah, is that Deadpool? No, it's the other guy.
Deadpool?
It's the Thunderbolt Russian guy.
Daredevil.
Oh, you're Daredevil.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
TV Daredevil.
Yes.
They got to make differentiations between these costumes.
Bueno, van rápido las dos preguntas. Mencionaba que se acercó a Star Wars por lo que era las figuras de acción, personajes y los otros dos actores. Tan es así que vemos muchos memes de él, pero no de los otros. O sea, él es el punto emotivo de la película.
Buenísimo.
Oh, the Finn action figure. Which one did I like? I think I took my family to the Disney store when the film came out, and my favorite one was the talking one, because I grew up owning toys like that. So it was very surprising to me to grow up to have a toy of yourself in the store, and that to me was very nostalgic. So that would be it. It's a very big, like this size. So I love those. And then the second one was about Daisy Ridley, Oscar. Oscar is very, very jealous of me. Very, very, very jealous.
Está celoso de él.
But he's one of my brother. I spoke to him just last week. And I think what's fantastic about Oscar and our experience is that myself and Oscar auditioned together. So we bonded through the audition, and I auditioned with several different poses. But when Oscar came in, it was just like we had been boys from high school, you know? And I think that relationship transcends, and you can see that in real life. Daisy is like my sister. She reminds me of one of my sisters, literally. I have two older sisters. Daisy is the third. You know? So we have a brother and sister relationship. I haven't spoken to her in a while, but I miss her very much. You know, she's building a family, starring in very good indie films and stuff like that. But we have a very brotherly sister bond. And yeah, that's what happens when you work for nearly 8 years on a project. You make real bonds. Adam, we don't know. Adam Driver is so to himself, but I still admire him and would give him random hugs from time to time.
Ok, respondiendo.
Underneath it. And then it takes two people to put the stormtrooper suit all over you. And then once that is done, you have to go out into the desert and then run in Abu Dhabi, in the Abu Dhabi desert. So I think that was really hard to do, but I don't know, it being hard made me feel like I was in a Star Wars movie. I love Star Trek. Actually, I lied, I don't. I like Star Trek. I like it, it's cool. But I sometimes feel they do too much talking. Whereas in Star Wars, it's very active. It's very, like you're always moving your body. And in fact, when I had auditioned for the role, that was one of the tests of the audition, cardiovascular energy. How long can you run for? Because if JJ says, we want to do this 28 times, then we have to be able to do it 28 times. So I would just say it was, man, when you saw me in the beginning of that film, and I was like, that was real. There was no acting involved. So the running. Very, very grateful and very thankful. I'm a believer in God. So for a long time I had been praying, I've been fasting, I've been doing everything I needed to do. I was training. Disney also was helping out with the training I needed to prepare, even during the audition process. So it felt like the studio were very supportive of me in it as well. So I was really happy. So by the time I got it, I was so happy to tell my parents, because I could finally tell them that I had a steady job. You know, that conversation. So it was really good, really good.
Y les responde que le tomó 5 meses poder prepararse para la audición solamente, y simplemente estaba demasiado agradecido. Entonces lo primero que fue es correr con sus papás, decirles que ya tenía un trabajo estable y que estaba muy muy contento por eso. Pero en realidad él cree mucho en Dios y simplemente fue muy agradecido y rezó muchísimo para que le dieran el papel.
Nice to meet you, Jonh.
Nice to meet you.
¿Qué piensas de la generación, que casi tengo 50, de las críticas que tuvo las 3 últimas películas, y qué cambiarías o qué agregarías a esa trilogía?
I don't mind critics when it comes to Star Wars movies. I think that when people, especially people who grew up on the originals, what ties you to the originals is the nostalgia of the memory. You know, your dad took you to go see the first Star Wars film. Your mum was there and you went to experience it. There's gonna be, those movies are gonna have a special place, you know, in your heart. And I think that sometimes when you have that experience as a Star Wars fans with those Star Wars movies, that is your experience and your timeline. Now it's the future generation, let them have their experience. Even if you feel like creatively the most recent Star Wars films are not as good, it don't feel like that way to these young people. Some of them actually really like it, and I think that we should all have the access to the nostalgia and all that kind of stuff. Another thing I think is that when I think about Star Wars, for some reason I think about sports. I think about football. And if you're into football and you have your favorite team, let's say your favorite team is Barcelona, Manchester United, whoever, when they lose, you don't stop liking football. You just have a problem with what the manager did, maybe the strike wasn't good, the goalie wasn't good, but it doesn't mean you hate the entire thing. And I think sometimes criticizing is healthy. That's the way we, you know, nerd out and geek out about something that we all love. You know, who shot first, or is Mace Windu dead? We need to keep Fisto. You know, that stuff is what makes us enjoy, you know, our experience. So I don't mind, but maybe I have a tough skin or something.